I must say, after all that exercise, I think, Kat, you need a glass of milk to build some more muscle. Don't you think he's looking great? And I think he did an incredible job doing the Zumba. Now, I must say, there's something about inventions, and especially the Parmalat Tetra Pak, which has been great for me because I always end up spilling everywhere. So I think this was really invented for me. I've got Angie Stone here telling me that a bit more about inventions, but also to celebrate the fact that there's some things we just take for granted. Like I've eventually started just taking this for granted. Go to shelf, pick it up, pour my milk, don't mess, don't spill.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
But there's a lot of other things we take for granted.
Yes, for example, tea bags. Now, did you know the tea bag was invented in 1904? And it was kind of invented by accident. There was a guy in New York who basically packaged little tea leaves in these hand-sewn silk packets that were then transported to the consumer, and they were supposed to open these packets and then pour them into their cup of tea. Then strain the tea, and that's kind of what the plan was kind of supposed to unfold like. However...
I can see where this is going.
However, customers decided it was easier to just simply dunk the whole bag in their cup of tea, and that's how the tea bag was born.
Wow. Well, you know what I do with my tea bags? Tea bags are full of antioxidants. It's the second most drink in the world.
Second most popular drink in the world after water.
Yeah.
And 2 billion cups of tea a day are consumed.
But now what happens with all those tea bags?
That's a very good question. But you're very good with your recycling.
Yes, exactly. One thing I do is put my tea bags after I've used them into the fridge and keep them cool. I keep them in a Tupperware.
Yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning, you've got puffy eyes.
Yes.
And the antioxidants from the tea and the tea bag actually reduce the puffiness.
And did you know 1 cup of tea has the same amount of antioxidants as half a glass of red wine?
Wow.
3.5 cups of orange juice or 10 cups of apple juice.
Did you know what else you can do with your recycled tea bags? You can put them in some turpentine, keep them in a container, and you can use them as fire lighters.
No.
Yes.
I had
so you don't have to
thought of
waste
that.
any of the tea bags. My mom also uses them in the garden, and she uses it as a bit of a compost, so she puts it into her plants. But anyway...
So now I feel less guilty about drinking as much tea.
Yeah, so drink all the tea you like, because this has been a really great invention that we just take for granted. Something else we also just take for granted, and I love, I'm a pencil addict. I love using pencils.
Right? And it's different colours and everything.
Especially these ones with the erasers on the end.
So, I bet you didn't know the pencil is 450 years old.
Did you know that? Because I didn't know that.
First pencil was basically, the first variation was a bunch of graphite sticks tied together. Since then it's evolved and now it's got a nice wooden casing. Pencils are super, super eco-friendly and biodegradable, obviously because it's all natural products.
And
especially these ones.
Yeah, that range.
Because these ones are actually made out of recycled newspaper.
See,
how cool is that?
It's all about recycling.
Exactly.
Now the word cycle, recycle, leads to our next mention of invention.
1817, the bicycle, which was initially a variation of a horseless carriage. Some guy in Germany decided he wanted a carriage that went slightly faster. Don't ask me how this went faster. And he came up with something that was a seat and 2 wheels, but there was no pedals. It was just, he sat on the seat, and then he kind of went along on the ground, and that was it.
Till he fell over.
Thankfully, things have progressed.
Yes.
And now we have the bicycle with pedals. Bicycles have stood the test of time because they have so many different uses. They transport, they exercise, they recreation. They've been used in the military and the police. I mean, it's phenomenal. And I bet you didn't know that Americans use bicycles for less than 1% of their commutes, their daily commutes. However, Europeans use bicycles for up to 30% of their daily commutes.
We must find out how many South Africans cycle.
So I'm thinking, because I just recently came back from Berlin and everyone cycles there.
I think we especially in Cape Town where the cycle lanes are.
And it's amazing, exactly, and it's amazing because you're saving time, because you don't have to go to the gym. You're cycling to the grocery store. You don't have to pay for parking, saving fuel, saving the ozone. Don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to sit in traffic. Like, I got used to it. I got used to it. Granted. Exactly.
It was so great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're celebrating great inventions, and one, as I said a bit earlier, that I love, especially because I'm the spillaholic, is the Tetra Pak from Parmalat. We're going to find out how this pack is manufactured next. Cheers.
Parmalat Everfresh in its new Easy Pour pack.
South African milk drinkers are excited to see their beloved milk carton with a new twist, thanks to the leaders in innovation, Parmalat and Tetra Pak. This is the end of spilled milk, and Liesel, being the guilty party, stopped by to see how it's done.
Alton, can you tell me a little bit more about the new packaging?
It's the first for the local milk industry, and it is as a result of a joint cooperative project between Parmalat, now part of the world's largest dairy company, and Tetra Pak, the world's largest food and beverage processing and packaging company.
And how did you come to choose this particular packaging?
Parmalat has a global relationship with Tetra Pak, And we've been committed to delivering our milk in a carton packaging for many, many years. And in simplistic forms, it's a very clever design. It's multi-layered, and combined with our optimized processing, it delivers a very superior product, and it prevents the milk from spoiling.
And how did you come to the decision that this was the correct package for the South African market?
There's a number of factors. I think the most important of this is the fact that we have to select a pack that is in fact selected by the consumer. And it's a big investment for us. It's not something that you do every year. So the longevity of the pack is a very important factor. And then there's a few other factors that are combined with how cost effective we can deliver this pack to the market. That is important. And then I think a very important factor for us is the environmental sustainability of this pack.
It's also aseptic, thus providing food products with a longer shelf life. The clever multi-layered design helps keep milk fresh. Parmalat and Tetra Pak are proud to introduce it to the local market.
Stuart, you're the Tetra Pak Key Account Director for Parmalat in Southern Africa. Who is Tetra Pak?
Tetra Pak is a packaging company that specializes in carton packaging for the dairy and juice industry.
What's so revolutionary about this pack?
Well, this pack is called the TBA Edge, and that's exactly what it is. It gives the consumer the edge. And the edge is that it's got a unique shape, it's got a sloping top, it's got a ridge cap that makes consumers of all ages easy to open. It holds a 1 litre volume, and it's really easy to use, and it will give all the consumers the edge.
And tell us more about the recycle plant that Tetra Pak recently opened.
These cartons are made from 71% fibre, and they can be used in secondary packaging, like your outer carton, and we're really proud of this. The balance of the recycled material can actually be used in milk crates and other plastic products. These cartons are 100% recyclable, as well as from a renewable resource.
So rest assured, these packs are recyclable. The design was voted Product of the Year in Germany and Sweden for its ease of use by people with restricted hand mobility. This is earth-conscious innovation at its best.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.